try to deliver via AI is linked to your business strategy. I think, wow, interesting dilemma. I think cultural and skills capabilities, because AI is advancing at such a rate. Keeping up with all of the innovations, having the skills, having to retrain people to understand how AI can infuse all the different ways of working and every task that you do every day. I think skills is a big investment area for many organisations, where they need to think about all different roles across the business, from executives to frontline workers. And I think also culturally, being able to have the mindset to take on new skills, find new ways of working, using AI applications and agents is a big change for many organisations. And they're hitting this sort of, I would say, this paradox where they need to change attitudes, culture, to really take advantage of AI. So agent to agent, complex business workflow. I was working with a manufacturing company that was thinking about the delivery of parts to suppliers and customers. And if you think about that, it's everything from the supply chain of those parts. That is one aspect. That's about, do you have the parts in stock replenishment. And then it's about the delivery and last mile execution of ensuring that part is being shipped in a timely fashion. So I've worked with a lot of manufacturing companies that are doing the sort of complex business process, but having an agent for each component part of that workflow. I think, wow, really interesting dilemma for many organisations. I think the world has changed. I think we've moved from having very structured data to vast amounts of unstructured data that is in the web, in emails, in chat, many different forms in this new digital era. And so the problem is somewhat different. I think it's about unification. It isn't about control, it's about unifying and connecting to all of those different aspects of data. And I think just as we expect AI to make instant decisions, we also need to have access to real-time data to support those instant decisions. So, the world is changing an awful lot, and I think we need to be able to harness that contextual data as we're using agents in the flow of work. So, very different issues and problems, but unification is the approach that I see many companies taking. Yes, I think those companies that are leading in driving value from AI have really competency and maturity across two key domains. One is about technology, and that can be taking advantage of the amazing Gen AI models that we have, but also having a good unification of data and having the right security and governance in place. But also the second aspect is about really organisational readiness. It's about having the governance, it's about having the skills, it's making sure that everything that you try to deliver via AI is linked to your business strategy. So it's going to have an impact on the top line or the bottom line and the key performance KPIs for your business. Get started. Just get started.